Immigration reform. Our world of 8 billion people is doubling in population every 45 years. This is unsustainable. Many nations have abrogated their responsibility to address this issue. Billions of people who live in the developing world wish to immigrate to the United States and to other Western nations. We are not without sympathy and compassion, but this level of immigration, were it to occur unchecked, would forever alter Western civilization and lower the quality of life for our citizens. The current situation of illegal immigration is creating a vast racial underclass of poor people who are not ascending the economic ladder to achieve the American dream. For economic and legal reasons, this population is shut out and marginalized, creating a dangerous situation known as balkanization. If this persists, it becomes a source of conflict within society, and therefore it must be resolved. The primary responsibility of any government is the safety and well-being of its citizens. Both political parties have turned this issue into a political football for their own selfish reasons, but the time has come for resolution. It is in the interest of the United States and its citizens to control our borders and to confer citizenship as a privilege and a precious commodity that shall not be conferred lightly. If citizenship is a thing that is given out for free, then eventually it will come to have no value. To this end, we declare ourselves intent upon putting a premium on U.S. citizenship. Under English common law, native-born children of parents either invading the country or who were enemies of the country were not natural-born subjects because the birth lacked allegiance and obedience to the sovereign. Birthright citizenship will be revoked as part of the 28th Amendment. All persons born to American citizens are naturalized citizens. All persons born in the United States to persons who are not American citizens are not automatically naturalized citizens. Citizenship is a right and a precious commodity that shall not be conferred without cause and due process. Many people in the United States wish to deport all 11 million persons who are here illegally. This mass deportation or expulsion is not in the best interest of this nation. It is economically disruptive to remove 11 million people from the economy in a short period of time. It would potentially destabilize Mexico and Central America. It would be unnecessarily cruel to those persons who have been in the United States many years and who, by virtue of education and association, are Americans in every sense of the word other than strict legality. It is important to maintain American values of fair play as well as signaling our firm intent to end illegal immigration. Proponents of illegal immigration smear opponents of illegal immigration as Nazis and fascists. This is not true and belittles the suffering of the victims of fascism. The Alhambra Decree in 1492 by the King Ferdinand of Spain ordering the expulsion of Jews from Spain was a cruel act and a detriment to Spanish culture and society. In 1972, Uganda dictator Idi Amin ordered the wholesale ethnic cleansing of Indians in Uganda, giving them 90 days to leave Uganda. The loss of 1% of the population that represented 20% of the economy was an economic disaster. The United States of America will not follow in the footsteps of European kings and African dictators. We declare our determination to maintain the dynamic contributions from immigration while maintaining our quality of life and our cultural identity to avoid balkanization into separate societies. We will practice immigration and assimilation. The southern border and other points of entry shall be secured against illegal entry under the direction of Northern Command, NORCOM, when the general responsible for border control certifies that the border is at least 99% secure, meaning fewer than 1 out of 100 illegal attempts at entry succeed, or less than 1 out of 100 attempts succeed, 99% secure, then step 2 will begin. All persons here legally shall register online within 6 months to be considered for naturalization. All persons who fail to register online will be deported without exception. All persons here illegally for more than 10 years who have learned English, established a credible work history, and have shown a willingness to assimilate to American life shall receive a provisional form of citizenship and documentation normalizing their presence and making them eligible for naturalization within 3 years. The online process will be 3 to 5 pages in length about work and legal history, family, past addresses, language skills, education, and will include 1 page for a personal statement and 1 page for each of 3 possible character references from, say, employers and neighbors. These submitted documents will be copied onto a thumb drive by the applicant. Falsification of documentation or lying is cause for deportation without further ado. A fingerprint scan and other biometric data will be used to verify identity of the applicants at all points in the process. Information will be checked against several dedicated databases to screen out misinformation. Applicants most likely to be naturalized after screening through 1 or more databases will go before a judge first. Immigration courts will be established in existing state and local courts to expedite these determinations. Judges will be granted reasonable leeway to decide the merits of individual cases using a best practices guideline. The applicant will make a statement in their own words, not to exceed 3 minutes. The court-appointed advocate for the applicant, a clerk or attorney, will review the documents and present them to the judge in a hearing designed not to exceed 20 minutes. Laws will be put into place to streamline this process so that after 2 or 3 years, the hearings shall be largely completed. A national registry shall be created using biometric data such as fingerprints or other data to verify new citizens, and employers shall determine legality in good faith. Failure to do so incurs a fine and jail time. After 3 years, laws will be enacted restricting the use of public and private facilities by persons who are here illegally, not to include schools, hospitals, or filing criminal reports. A reward of $2,000 shall be paid for information leading to the arrest and deportation of any and all illegal aliens. Any state or local government or responsible party that does not actively enforce the related laws are subject to federal penalties. All minors here legally who have completed 5 or more years in the school system and have since reached legal age shall be granted citizenship under the caveat that they are not involved in a criminal organization, they are not a habitual criminal or a ward of the state. This means a work history and not dependent upon the state for subsistence. All foreign-born criminals in the United States illegally in U.S. jails and prisons shall become the financial responsibility of the U.S. government, not the states, and shall be held at federal expense or in dedicated federal facilities until such time as their sentences are served, whereupon they shall be deported. Repeated illegal entry will be punished by long prison terms and forced labor. It is not in the best interest of the people of the United States to become a country of 1 billion people. Since the U.S. is a favored destination, the U.S. will be taking advantage of the brain drain, choosing people with advanced educational and professional attainment. Less emphasis will be given to those without education and professional attainment judged to be desired. Educational opportunities for foreign students will be encouraged as a means of assimilation, social harmony, and increases in the standard of living are the goals and outcomes of wise social policy. Assimilation through intermarriage, education, and upward social mobility will increase social harmony. Creation of a vast minority underclass is divisive and dangerous. A good 20 years of stable immigration policy are designed to optimize the well-being of American society and can only be evaluated over the course of a generation. Thank you and God bless.